Today I'm going to be doing a review on abhair.com, and the reason why I decided to go with ab hair when I wanted to experiment with doing extensions is because I've used them before and they're really cheap compared to many other places that sell real hair for extensions. I know a lot of people that use ab hair too, so they're the only place which I know is reliable and the only place I know that is quite cheap and cheerful, and you know that I love cheap and cheerful. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I have really long hair. For all the times I've tried hair extensions, I've never actually got to a final image which I really was happy with, because I use extensions which are different colour to my original hair, and I tried out hair extensions when I had black hair and it just looked too much, and I've actually finally got to a happy result for once, so I decided to make a video on it and maybe to teach you guys how to do it too, who want to use extensions and style extensions, etc. So obviously I had to get my hair extensions to the colour I was before, which is blue. If you want to know how to get blue hair just in general, like without the extensions, you can go watch my video to go do that. I'll put a link in the description down here. I've made a whole video on how to get blue hair before, so go use that. This is going to be a video on how to dye your extensions and what to do about making your extensions match your hair colour and applying them. I haven't actually cut these because I'm in love with the length. I don't want to cut the beautifulness. So basically this is what I did. I've ordered from ab hair before, so I know what happens. They basically ship it out very quickly. They are very close to the colour they tell you on the website, which is just amazing. And the colour I decided to get was not like the bleach blonde they had, but like the golden blonde, because if I got bleach blonde and then I dyed it blue, it wouldn't go to the exact same colour as the top of my hair, like the real hair, because it had to be the colour that I had bleached my hair before to get the blue on top. Otherwise it wouldn't match. Does that make any sense? Probably not. This was the colour that it originally came in before I dyed it blue, and it also comes with an instruction booklet as well with all the extensions you get from ab hair, just in case you're a newbie and you don't know how to apply them. So don't worry about all that. It comes with a little instruction booklet anyway, but you will kind of be seeing me put them in this video. So it also has pictures too. Oh, and it also says how to care for them and how to wash them. Cool. So you got pretty much everything you need to know on here. Oh, and it also comes with a couple extra clips in case one falls out, because these are clip-in extensions. The first thing I obviously had to do was to dye the blonde extensions the same colour as the colour I've used before on my real hair, which is Directions in Atlantic Blue. Loving that colour because it's like a deep blue and it fades to a colour I like for once. I've had to live with having pink and red hair when they both faded to either like a coppery colour or a really bad ginger colour, and I wasn't exactly the happiest about that. But anyway, moving on from that, so I obviously had to use that same hair dye to put over these, which I just laid out on a bit of foil so it wouldn't obviously get anywhere. And as you can see here, I actually forgot to put gloves on in the first place, but it's important to use gloves and to use a bowl and a tinting brush, although I did actually stop from using a tinting brush and then just use my hands to apply it in the end, because I felt that it wasn't going a long way when I used the brush. I felt like a big bit of hair dye I put onto the hair just like dissolved into the hair and the dye just disappeared. So I ended up just scooping out bits of hair dye and just running the hair through my fingers and applying it on that way. I don't know, that's probably the least professional way of doing it, but it worked better that way. I also kind of underestimated the amount of hair dye I had, because I thought I had a lot and then I found out that I ran out, which is why I have an extra one here which I never got to dye because I ran out of hair dye. And I also managed to luckily find another tub of blue somewhere in my house, which I had from my sister who dyed her hair blue ages ago, and added a ton of just basic conditioner with it so it goes a longer way. That's just a top tip, by the way, if you want more hair colour, which is by Manic Panic or Directions or Crazy Colour. And then I just scraped as much blue as I had as I could on my hair, which is why some of it is a bit darker blue than others, you can't really tell, and some of it is slightly blonde and it's kind of patchy. But the thing is, it's kind of good, because when you get extensions which are readily done blue for you, which they don't actually have, I don't think, but if you get them, sometimes they're so blue and vibrant that it doesn't match the top of your head. And also when I'm washing the top of my hair and this starts going to like more of a light blue greeny colour, it will not match the bottom, so I'm going to have to wash these separately as well so I can match the colour. Does that make sense? Sort of. I don't have to do that, but that's just kind of like an extra bonus you can get out of dyeing your extensions by yourself instead of having them always bright blue constantly. Okay, so when that was done, I felt like I could either snip him up or just leave him nice and long, and I decided nice and long, even though the ends are kind of a tiny bit like spider leggy, so I may have to give them a little bit of a trim to make them look a little bit more natural. But then I simply just applied them onto my hair, and all you have to do that is to get a hairband or a hair clip and then just clip up or stick up all the sections of your hair going from the back up to the top, and then put the hair piece underneath all the hair, which will then fall down afterwards once it's applied, so they are kind of camouflaging and hiding all the clips inside your hair. Not sure if the explanation is making any sense. Basically, it involved me taking section by section of my hair and putting the bits of extension underneath before taking the bit down again, and then doing the next bit of my hair, putting the hair piece in and then putting that down again. Maybe looking at this time-lapse image with the random feature of my boyfriend will explain that a little bit better to you. So that is basically it. I kind of wanted to like show you my whole experience with experimenting, dyeing my hair a colour that matches my hair colour, because I've never actually done that before. And so I'm kind of glad that I did show you, because otherwise I had a feeling that some of you may be asking how and where I go and how I did it. I recommend teasing your real hair and the extensions so it kind of blends a little bit more. You guys know how to tease, right? You just back comb a little bit with a normal brush or a back combing brush, and then it will blend. But yeah, once again, obviously I said that I chose ab hair because I know that they're very good, and I know a lot of people that use them. I wasn't asked by them to use them. I chose ab hair. And speaking of ab hair, this is really exciting. You can actually get your hair extensions that you order on discount. That's cool. All you have to do is enter the discount code down there in my cleavage in the description box. It will take off the money for you, so you can do that whilst you're checking out. And that is it. I really hope you guys approve. I feel like this will look amazing if I had red hair again. May even have to try it when I get red hair too. So let me know what you guys think about long hair. Do you have naturally long hair, or do you wear extensions yourself? I'm not a massive fan of extensions because I feel like I constantly have to check my hair and if it's okay. Maybe I'll get used to it a little bit more. Because my hair's quite thin, I worry about it not covering the clips. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you found this video helpful in any way, do give it a thumbs up so I know that you're interested in these kinds of videos, and I will see you next time for my next video, which will be in about 3 days because I upload every 3 days. And also, if this is the first time you've ever visited my channel and this is the first time you've ever seen one of my videos, you can subscribe down there and be notified every time I make a new one, which is exciting, so come join us on the poop troop. I love you guys very much. I'll see you next time. Bye! First time I started trying to get this fringe was disastrous. I had to spend about half a year clipping my fringe to the side with a crocodile clip thing. They're not called crocodile clips, Ellie. One of those clips. And it looked really funny and weird, but it got me to where I wanted to finally. Some of you may get to the fringe easier than I did, possibly. I got to where I wanted because my fringe doesn't fall depending on where my head is, mainly because my